John had always been his own biggest critic. From a young age, he struggled with negative self-talk. It was a constant companion, whispering doubts in his ear whenever he tried to achieve something or take a step outside his comfort zone. His mind would race with thoughts like, "You're not good enough, you'll never succeed, and why even try?" This self-doubt wasn't just a passing thought. It was a voice that echoed in every aspect of his life. Whether it was at work, in his relationships, or even when he tried something new, that inner voice always told him he wasn't capable. Over time, it began to chip away at his confidence and self-esteem. He avoided trying anything outside his normal routine, convinced that failure was inevitable. The problem of negative self-talk is something many people can relate to. It's like having an internal enemy that sabotages your potential without you even realizing it. What makes it so difficult to overcome is that these thoughts don't always feel like they're coming from an external force. They seem like a part of who you are. This makes it hard to differentiate between what's real and what's just your mind trying to keep you small. But what if there was a way out of this endless loop of self-doubt? What if negative self-talk didn't have to control your life? One day, John reached a breaking point. He'd been passed over for a promotion at work, and it was the last straw. He felt like he had failed, and that inner voice kicked in louder than ever before. But this time, something shifted. Instead of accepting the negativity, he decided to challenge it. He started questioning his thoughts. Why do I believe this? Is this really true? What's the evidence? It wasn't an easy process. Changing the way he thought about himself took time. But John realized that the more he practiced shifting his mindset, the less control negative self-talk had over him. He replaced those limiting thoughts with affirmations of his abilities and worth. He began to recognize that mistakes weren't a reflection of his inadequacy. They were simply opportunities for growth. As he worked on silencing the negative voice in his head, he also began to focus on gratitude and self-compassion. He started celebrating his small wins and acknowledging his progress instead of focusing solely on what went wrong. Every day, he made a conscious effort to replace self-criticism with self-encouragement. A breakthrough moment came when John read a quote from the famous psychologist Carl Jung, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." This resonated deeply with him. It was as though Jung had spoken directly to the heart of John's struggle. He realized that his past mistakes and failures didn't define him. What mattered was what he chose to do with those experiences moving forward. This idea changed everything. John began to see negative self-talk not as a permanent part of his identity, but as a habit that he could change. He actively practiced mindfulness, which helped him become more aware of his thoughts. When negative thoughts surfaced, he would pause and replace them with positive, constructive ones. He also worked with a therapist who helped him develop tools to further challenge his negative beliefs and shift his mindset. In addition to therapy, John came across some fascinating research that supported his new approach. Studies on self-talk and cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, show that the way we talk to ourselves has a significant impact on our mental health. According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology, people who engage in negative self-talk tend to experience higher levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. On the other hand, individuals who practice positive self-talk and reframe negative thoughts tend to feel more confident, resilient, and empowered. One study, conducted by Dr. Michael J. Falam at the University of California, found that individuals who practiced positive self-talk experienced lower levels of anxiety and improved overall well-being. In the same vein, CBT research has shown that changing thought patterns can drastically improve mental health outcomes. These findings further encouraged John to stick with his practice. With time, John began to notice a significant difference in how he viewed himself and his life. He felt more confident in his abilities and began pursuing new opportunities without the constant fear of failure holding him back. He still had moments of doubt, but he no longer let them control him. Instead of being paralyzed by negative self-talk, he now recognized it as just a passing thought, one that he could change at any moment. John's story is not unique. Many of us fall victim to negative self-talk at some point in our lives. It's important to understand that these thoughts are not a reflection of who you are. They are simply habits that can be changed with consistent effort and a willingness to challenge the beliefs that no longer serve us. If you're struggling with negative self-talk, take a page from John's book. Challenge those thoughts. Replace them with positive affirmations and reminders of your strengths. Surround yourself with supportive people who uplift you. And remember that growth comes from embracing both success and failure. The journey to quieting negative self-talk may not be easy, but it is worth it. You have the power to choose how you speak to yourself, and in doing so, you have the power to change your life. As John discovered, by breaking free from the trap of negative self-talk, you can unlock your true potential and live a life that's full of possibility and joy. Don't let your inner critic define who you are or what you're capable of. You are more than your thoughts. You are capable of growth, change, and achieving your dreams. The key is to start with one small step, challenging that negative self-talk and replacing it with a voice that empowers you. So, the next time that inner voice tries to hold you back, remember that you have the power to choose a different path. Like John, you too can escape the trap of negative self-talk and unlock the life you truly deserve.